Hey guys, another week comes in, but I'm still here doing beer reviews. And we're doing the last couple of dark beers um, from the Northern Monk takeover. And as of today, it still hasn't arrived. So I don't know where the new one is. I think perhaps it's the delivery company because we're having, even the postman doesn't deliver mail every day here. It's really weird. So not sure about, is it every? I think it's every. I've had problems with them in the past delivering. But anyway, never mind, dear viewer, never mind. We're doing this one today. We are doing Fierce Beer versus Northern Monk, and there is a very short little article by the lovely Robin Gilmore about how Fierce Beer have opened. Well, they opened a new brewery in 2022, like literally directly after the lockdown, the kind of second lockdown. Um, was that a good idea? I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't have been opening anything, but maybe they had some good money. Oh, almost dropped the can. That would have been bad. Obviously, getting paid good money from Beer 52 because Fierce Brew do some contract brewing, and you'll see on some of the cans, some breweries from Europe use Fierce Brew to do their brewing for them, especially when it's a beer for Beer 52. Anyway, here is said beer: Northern Monk versus Fierce Beer, CHOCKA. Vanilla and chocolate stout at 4.5%. So it's a mild stout. Why didn't they call it a session stout? That seems to be what people do these days. Stupid people, I may add. No, I'm fine with it called a stout. It's not chocolate up north, but this stout is chocolate and sweet vanilla in every swig. Okay, fair enough. Right, what do we got in here? We have got some wheat, but no oats. It's weird. I've seen this before. Stouts, potentially because where historically they were coming from, apart from London Stout, but I'm thinking kind of the Scottish ones and the Irish ones use a lot of oats. But the new trend, the new style, is use wheat instead of oats. So not sure why that is. Some places still use oats. But weirdly, the new style of hazy beers uses a shed load of oats. Take from one hand, give from the other. Very, very odd. Right, because I've shaken this up, I'm going to be very careful with this bad, but actually don't need to worry about it. And for a change, because it was a stout, I haven't had it in the fridge. Haven't even had it near the fridge. It's been in the box, maturing under the stairs with Harry Potter. And we'll see what we get. Right, let's see if we can get over a slightly aggressive pour, purely to get a nice head on this bad boy. Oh, maybe I've gone too far. Yep, never mind. That's my fault, dear viewer. That is my fault. But we shall add this in. Can we do one of those things? Probably not today. Right, CHOCKA. Oh, wow. Or chocky. It should be chocky in my book, but CHOCKA. There it is, and I'm going to stare at that head. As if, dear viewer, I didn't know where it came from, but we all knew it was my dodgy pour. Love the colour, though. Look at that. And massive, great bubbles. As you can see, they're exploding before your very eyes. So that head is not going to stick around for very long, unfortunately. But it's definitely two-finger action going on there. In fact, if I swirl it around a bit, that head should settle down a little bit. So can we get it from 2 fingers? 1.5 maybe. You can tell basically if you've got huge bubbles, they will not stick around. They will burst and everything will fall flat. That looks like a crunchy bar. I should have opened this one on Friday, not on Tuesday. Oh, lovely sweetness. That vanilla as well is coming through. Has it actually got vanilla in, or is it just flavourings. I don't think it will say. Let's consult Beer 52 while you look at that wonderful, wonderful beer. No, don't think so. Chocolate malt, wheat malt, barley, Munich, crystal pale ale. Doesn't mention the wheat there at all, but wheat malt, perhaps? Sorry, wheat malt. Of course it does. What am I talking about? Wheat malt. There it is. But no oats, no vanilla from the look of it. And it says stout and chocolate are a classic pairing. We combine the two here with a low ABV dark ale packed with chocolate, smooth vanilla, notes of biscuit, toffee, roast coffee from generous graft and crystal malts. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Chinook and Ella hops. There's not going to be much on the hops. Look at that. Where's that head gone? It's almost as though it was going to do that all the time. And I knew it was. So, after doing a slightly dodgy pour of that beer, let's see what we get. What are we drinking? Cheers and beers, guys. Whoa. Yeah, a bit overly sweet for my liking. Yes, there is that biscuit thing going on there. By the way, this is all about the malts, the hops. There's a little bit of bitterness, but not too much. All about the malts, a bit too sweet, like I said, for my liking. Biscuit, definitely chocolate, definitely that kind of toffee pudding kind of thing. Can't say I'm getting that much coffee, to be perfectly honest. I am getting a little bit of bitterness, like astringency in the aftertaste, which is similar to the aftertaste of a coffee, especially if you've had a strong one, like an espresso or a double espresso or a triple. In my case, if you're a mad bastard like me. But the actual coffee itself, not so much. It's just the astringency of the really dark malts are giving the kind of flavors you do get with coffee, but without the actual coffee taste itself. Not sure if that makes sense, but that's what I'm getting. Yeah, and it doesn't say either on the Beer 52 notes or the can that this has got any lacto in, so no milk sugars, which is an addition. So all this sweetness is coming from the malts. My God, that malt bill must have been properly heavy. But then again, it is a 6.5% beer. So perhaps what they did was they had quite a heavy grist, a heavy malt bill, if you like, and then stopped the yeast from going all the way down. So they had a yeast maybe that died off around 4 or 5%. Not sure, not sure. But that would be one way of leaving the sugars in there. That makes sense. Wow, pardon me. Well, you saw from the head that you knew it was going to be quite a carbonated type beer. Yeah, same again. And because it's so light, it's not very thick in the mouth. It's quite a light one, or a thin one, should I say. There's no sort of oomph to it. And that might imply a certain amount of back sweetening. Sorry, a certain amount of back watering. I'm thinking about the sweetness. That's why it was in my head, dear viewer. Yeah, so it's interesting. Such a light beer being so sweet. Not sure. Let's have a look at the label again, because I'm very not sure about this. Let's see, ingredients: water, barley. Ah, there we go. Maltodextrin, vanilla flavoring, hops and yeast. So it might be the maltodextrin, because dextrin, obviously, sugar or formation of sugar. So that's probably where it comes from. And the vanilla flavoring, which Unfortunately, Beer 52 does not make any mention of maltodextrin, nor the addition of a vanilla flavouring. So, sorry, dear viewer, but getting, as usual, getting not the true picture from Beer 52. Things aren't what they used to be, dear viewer. But that is quite nice. The only thing, like I say, for me, I used to have quite a sweet tooth, especially for stouts, but CHOCKA or CHOCKA, chocolate and vanilla stout, Northern Monk, and Fierce beer. Not too bad, but for me, too sweet. Could have upped the ABV a little bit, maybe make it a 5%er, and it would be less sweet, wouldn't it? Anyway, dear viewer, this has been the thoughts of your loving Unclejona. Don't worry, because I will return with another beer review real soon.